Oh, hello. Hey, real quick question. Does this sound familiar to you? You spend all day working because it's the things you should do, and then you end up not taking any time for yourself. If so, I've got some news for you. That could be holding you back from sustained success. Stick with me. You're going to like this one. Welcome to Stevisms with Steven. I'm Steve. Today, I've taken you into the woods with me. Why? Well, because everybody needs to reset. I'm a firm believer that you can't take care of others unless you're taking care of yourself. And that includes spiritually, psychologically. And I don't know about you, but for me, going outside on a nice pre-spring day is a great way to reconnect with yourself. It's funny because we have all these things that we should do or want to do or need to do. Often, we give ourselves the excuse that work before play leaves more time for play. When in reality, a lot of times that's not true. You spend all day working because it's the things you should do, and then you end up not taking any time for yourself. And the problem with that is that, again, you can't take care of other people unless you've taken care of yourself. You slowly start to build up frustration or resentment, or you get burnt out and you don't know why. It's up to you to decide which path you want to take in life, whether it's the work your butt off, get rewarded eventually, or try and find that ever elusive work-life balance. I'm 30, no, that's not, God, I wish. I'm 43 years old. And unfortunately, it took me a very long time to come to the realization that people that you work with will see you as replaceable. And no matter how irreplaceable you try to make yourself, if you get hit by a bus tomorrow and you work for some corporate overlord, they'll replace you. The show must go on. In my case, I spent the first half of my life deciding that I was going to get so freaking good at what I wanted to do, follow my passion, that it was undeniable and that I could do the job of 3 people. Thing is, I'm what's known as a manifesting generator. What that means is I learn things very quickly, and I can often get things done that would take somebody a week, or a team of 2 people a week. I can get done in a couple of days. That also means I can get burnt out. So when faced with that choice, what do? You get really good, and then you find yourself, once you've built up your resume and your experience, you find yourself in a unique position where you can see a path nobody else saw. And what that means is you're able to dive a little bit deeper. Because you're so good at what you do, because you went the traditional route, because maybe like me, you went and got an MBA, you're able to demand your price. And it's a little bit higher. In a role where I'm a director of marketing, and I love that, and that's kind of my full-time gig, if you will. But the cool part is, because I took the time to get really good at what I do, and because I took the time to understand my value, I've been able to work with this team of people who see my value and respect my autonomy and have come to appreciate that just because I can get something done in 2 days that would take other people a week, yeah, that frees up time for the week to do other things. But if I've got 2 weeks worth of work done and haven't taken any time for myself due to lack of autonomy, there's no trust there. They don't trust me. You know, they're paying for 40 hours. They want to get their 40 hours. Well, I can do in 40 hours what most people take 3 times as much time to do. You know what I'm saying? When you know your value and you work with people who respect you and know your value, you find yourself much happier, and you find yourself in a place where you can take the time for you, where you can take the time to try and get clarity and connect with yourself on a higher level and really understand what matters to you. I'm a family man, so my wife and kids are the most important thing in the world to me. And I don't just say that, I mean it. Like, everything I do is for them. But I do recognize that if I spend my whole day working my butt off for my boss, and then the minute time gets up and I'm exhausted from just staring at a screen all day, didn't step outside enough. When my son comes home, he's 10, and he wants to hang out, I'm too exhausted mentally, which then turns into physically. And I haven't eaten right because I got so hyper-focused I forgot to eat. or I didn't eat anything good, right? And I didn't exercise enough. So when all of those things happen, he doesn't get the best of me. And then finally, when the kids go to bed and I want to spend some time with my wife, I'm so emotionally exhausted that I say, honey, we got to go to bed. So I'm basically ripping off my family. And I found that when you can find that true work-life balance and you work with people who understand and appreciate your autonomy and have trust, that you're able to give more of yourself in a better way to other people. In other words, by staying true and honoring and respecting myself, I'm able to better give the best of me to those who count on me. And that's been insanely valuable. I've also found, I moved my office down to the basement because it was a bigger space and looks more professional. But I found that I'm a mountains kind of guy. What I mean by that is I enjoy and thrive when I'm in a higher atmosphere. And so today, since it was nice out, I decided to take advantage of that. One moment, please. Oh. And I hiked out on all these paths back here. Hi, Mr. Squirrel. I hiked to the tower. And I do like this observation tower because it lets me get perspective. And it's about, I don't know, I feel clearer when I'm at a higher elevation. It's one of the reasons I enjoy vacationing to Colorado is because it's a higher elevation and I just feel more at peace, relaxed, clear. It's wild how that works. I wanted to make sure, as I kind of rebrand my YouTube channel into Stevisms with Steven, that I'm being authentic and true. Because here's the thing, I know a lot about YouTube, and I do mean a lot. I've learned that you have to be true to yourself, and that's all that matters. So ultimately, the moral of the story, kids, is that the secret to sustainable success isn't just grind, grind, grind. What it is taking time to evolve and develop all the aspects of you, whether that's your professional side, but also your physically healthy side, and also, almost more importantly than anything else, your mental side. Because when you are your best self, you can be your best self with the people that you love most, with the people that you want to be your best self for. So you have to take that time for you. It's not being selfish. In fact, it's being selfish not doing it. And that's the moral of today's Stevism. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking the time to watch this if you're still with me. Until next time, remember, if it sounds like a Stevism, it probably is. Take care.